Hello, I'm Linda Almeida, Assistant Professor at Don Bosco College of Engineering, Fatorda. In this video, Laser Part 3, we are going to learn about components of laser, lasing action, the modes of laser beam, and the different types of laser. Let us see the first that is components of laser. The essential components of laser are active medium, the pump, and the optical resonator. Let us see the first, active medium. Now, active medium is a medium in which light gets amplified. Active medium can be a solid, it can be a liquid, or it can be a gas. Active medium hosts active centers, which, when excited, reaches a state of population inversion, and this promotes stimulated emission, which is leading to light amplification. Only a small fraction of the atoms in the active medium, they are responsible for more stimulated emission than spontaneous emission, and this causes amplification of light. These atoms then cause laser action, and these atoms are called active centers. The remaining bulk of the medium helps the active centers. You can see this diagram here. This shows the different components of a laser. We have here active medium, the pump, and the optical resonator. The optical resonator has two plain parallel optical mirrors. One is 100% reflecting, the another one is partially reflecting. Next we'll see the pump. The pump is an external source that supplies energy which is needed to transfer the laser medium into the state of population inversion. There are a number of techniques of pumping a collection of atoms to the inverted state, that is population inversion. For example, optical pumping, electrical discharge, and direct conversion, that is from electrical to optical. Example, xenon lamps. Next we'll see optical resonator. Optical resonant cavity consists of a pair of optically plain parallel mirrors enclosing the laser medium in between them. One is 100% reflecting mirror, the another one is semi-transparent mirror. In laser, the active medium is amplified, which is an oscillator, through a feedback mechanism, which is provided by the two plain optically parallel mirrors. Next, we'll see the role of optical resonator. Now, optical resonator provides positive feedback of photons into the medium so that stimulated emission is possible. The laser oscillation is initially initiated by photons spontaneously emitted by some excited atoms, and each spontaneous photon then triggers many stimulated transitions along the path of its travel. Now these spontaneous photons, they travel in different directions. However, the optical resonator selects the direction in which the light is to be amplified, and that is optical axis, and thus the optical cavity makes the laser beam directional. This is how the laser beam is directional. Next, the optical cavity builds up the photon density Q to a very high value by repeated reflections of photon. This repeated reflection of photons is because of the two mirrors. One is 100% reflecting, another one is partially reflecting, and confines them within the medium. The optical cavity selects and amplifies only certain frequencies, causing the output to be highly monochromatic. This is how the laser output is highly monochromatic. It is because the optical cavity selects and amplifies only certain frequency, causing the laser output to be highly monochromatic. Next, we'll see the lasing action. That is, the active medium is endorsed in the optical resonator and is being excited by the pumping agent. The laser action consists of following steps. It consists of 5 steps. First is pumping, second is population inversion, third is spontaneous emission, fourth is amplification, and fifth is oscillations. Let us see the first one, the pumping. The active atoms, that is certain atoms which are called as active centers in the medium, are initially in the ground state. But after supplying an energy from the external source, that is the pump, the atoms are excited from the ground level to the excited state. Next, we'll see the population inversion. As you know, the lifetime of the atoms in the excited state is very small, about 10⁻⁸ seconds. So they quickly drop spontaneously from excited state to metastable state. And metastable state has a longer lifetime, that is about 10⁻³ seconds. So the atoms keep on accumulating at the metastable state, and this leads to population inversion. Population inversion means the atoms in the metastable state far exceed the number of the atoms in the ground state. Now we'll see spontaneous emission. Now some of the atoms which are in the metastable state may emit photons spontaneously in various directions, and each spontaneous photon can trigger many stimulated transitions along the different direction. However, the photons which are emitted in the direction other than the axial direction, that is optical axis, will pass through the sides of the medium and are lost. So only the photons which are emitted in the axial direction will be useful. Next, we'll see amplification. Now, majority of the photons traveling along the axis, that is optical axis, cause stimulated emission. And on reaching the end mirror, they are reflected back into the medium. The photons are reflected back and forth between the mirrors, and the stimulated emissions sharply increase, and the amplification of light takes place. The mirrors thus provide positive feedback of light into the medium, and the medium operates as an oscillator. Next, we'll see oscillations. On every deflection at the front end, on every deflection at the front end, since it is partially transmitting, the light is partially transmitted through it, and which is a loss for the energy from the resonator. So there are losses at the front at the semi-transparent mirror, and there are some losses in the medium also. When the losses occurring at the mirrors and within the medium together balance the gain, a stable and a strong laser beam will come out from the front end of the mirror. So let us see these 5 steps in this diagram. Okay, this is the diagram which shows light amplification and oscillations due to action of optical resonator. Now you can see here, this is the optical resonator. This dark one is a 100% reflecting mirror, and this is a semi-transparent mirror. Now this is the active medium. Now we see here the dark spots here, they are the active centers, whereas the remaining is the host material which help the active centers, which support the active centers. This is a non-excited state. All the atoms are in their ground state. Now here, the B. Now in this, what happens is when we use a pumping device, okay, to give energy to the medium, active medium, all these atoms, that is the active centers, will be excited and they will undergo transition from ground state to excited state. Okay, you can see here they are getting excited. Now you can see here now the third diagram. Now they do not remain excited for a long time because the time is very small, about 10⁻⁸ seconds, and quickly drop from excited state to spontaneously they drop to metastable state. Okay, so you can see here many of the atoms are missing here. Okay, so now these atoms in the metastable state, they keep on accumulating till a population inversion is reached. Population inversion means the atoms in the metastable state far exceeds the number of atoms in the ground state. Okay, now each and some of the excited atoms in the metastable state, okay, they drop spontaneously, and each photon which drops spontaneously triggers many stimulated transitions along different directions. The photons emitted in the direction, now you can see here the photons which are emitted in the direction other than the axial direction are lost from the sides of the medium, and they are lost forever. Okay, and majority of now see here, now you can see the second one. Okay, now majority of the photons traveling along the axis cause stimulated emission. These photons from here which are along the optical axis, this photon will travel towards the partially reflected mirror and they will be reflected back. Once they reach the second totally reflecting mirror, again they will be reflected back. So like this, the reflections will move from back and forth till move back and forth between the mirrors till the stimulated emissions sharply increase and the light amplification takes place. Next, we can see here the light oscillations. Now here they will move back and forth and there will be light amplification. And in the last diagram we can see here there are some losses which are happening at the partially reflecting mirror and in the medium. When these two losses balance the gain in the medium, then you will get a stable, strong laser output which will come out from the partially reflecting mirror.